Let's be honest. This is one of those questions almost everyone has noticed at some point, but very few people feel comfortable asking out loud. You walk into an old bookstore, a vintage clothing shop, or even a grandparent's house, and there's a smell that's familiar. Not bad, not good, just distinct. It's often described as musty, slightly sweet, or papery, and once you notice it, you start noticing it everywhere. The weird part is that it doesn't seem tied to cleanliness. Many older people are perfectly hygienic, wear clean clothes, and live in tidy homes, yet the scent lingers. So where does it actually come from? Is it cultural, environmental, or is it something happening inside the human body itself? Today, we're peeling back the layers and tracing the real story behind one of the most quietly noticed and widely misunderstood human smells, right here on History of Simple Things. The real answer begins at the molecular level. As people age, their skin chemistry changes, and one compound in particular becomes more noticeable: 2-nonenal. This is a naturally occurring organic compound that forms when omega-7 fatty acids on the skin break down through oxidation. In simpler terms, as skin oils interact with oxygen over time, they create this specific scent molecule. Younger bodies produce small amounts of 2-nonenal too, but it gets masked by other smells, like sweat, hormones, and natural skin oils that are more active earlier in life. As we age, oil production decreases, cell turnover slows down, and the balance shifts, allowing 2-nonenal to stand out more clearly. What's fascinating is that this smell isn't random. Studies have shown that people across different cultures can often identify the scent of older adults, even if they can't quite describe it. That means it's not just nostalgia or personal association, it's chemistry. One of the most surprising aspects of this scent is that regular bathing doesn't completely eliminate it. That's because 2-nonenal is lipid-based, meaning it binds strongly to skin oils and fabrics. Soap and water can reduce it temporarily, but it reforms as the skin continues to oxidize naturally. This is why freshly washed clothes can sometimes still carry a faint version of the smell after being worn for a while. It also explains why the scent often clings to bedding, jackets, and upholstered furniture. The smell isn't coming from dirt. It's coming from slow, ongoing chemical reactions that don't stop just because someone took a shower that morning. Aging affects far more than just skin oils. Hormonal changes, especially reductions in estrogen and testosterone, alter sweat composition, oil balance, and even how bacteria interact with the skin. At the same time, metabolism slows, meaning the body processes and eliminates certain compounds differently than it did decades earlier. These small shifts don't cause dramatic changes on their own, but together, they subtly reshape a person's natural scent profile. This is also why the smell usually becomes noticeable later in life rather than gradually appearing year by year. Once enough biological changes stack up, the scent crosses a threshold where it becomes detectable to others. While biology is the core cause, environment plays a supporting role. Older people often spend more time indoors, where airflow is limited and smells accumulate more easily. Books, paper, wooden furniture, and older textiles all absorb and re-release odors over time. That's why antique shops and old houses often smell similar to one another. They're filled with materials that hold on to airborne compounds like 2-nonenal. This doesn't mean the smell comes from the environment alone, but rather that the environment acts like a sponge, preserving and amplifying a scent that might otherwise be faint. Here's where things get especially interesting. Smell is the sense most strongly linked to memory, because it bypasses rational thought and goes straight to emotional processing centers in the brain. For many people, this scent becomes associated with grandparents, old family homes, or childhood experiences. Over time, the brain starts treating the smell as a symbol of age itself, even if it originally noticed it only in one specific person. This is why some people find the smell comforting, while others find it unsettling. The reaction has less to do with the scent itself and more to do with the memories it unlocks. The old person smell appears across cultures and ethnicities, suggesting it's a universal part of human aging rather than a lifestyle issue. However, diet, skincare routines, and living environments can influence how strong or noticeable it becomes. Antioxidant-rich diets may slow oxidation, and certain fabrics release odors more easily than others. Still, the underlying process is natural and unavoidable. Importantly, this scent isn't a sign of decline or neglect. It's simply one of many subtle markers of time passing, no different from gray hair or wrinkles. In the end, the distinct smell often associated with older people isn't something strange, dirty, or embarrassing. It's simply biology doing what biology does best, changing with time. It's the result of slow chemical reactions, shifting hormones, and decades of living in the same body. Once you understand that, the scent becomes less mysterious and far more meaningful. It isn't a flaw to be scrubbed away or a sign of neglect. It's a quiet, natural marker of aging, no different from laugh lines, gray hair, or hands shaped by years of work. And in a way, that scent tells a story. It carries echoes of memory, of places lived in, of years spent accumulating experiences that younger bodies haven't reached yet. Someday, every one of us will carry our own version of it, whether we notice it or not. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.